Archangel Michael is speaking directly to your soul right at this moment, and I need you to understand one thing before another word is spoken. If you leave now, if you get distracted, if you let your mind wander somewhere else, you might interrupt a connection that doesn't happen the same way twice. Not because heaven is fickle, but because this instant was aligned as a rare window, a crack of light opening in the middle of heavy days, and you know deep down that something here is different. You might try to rationalize it, you might try to say it's a coincidence, you might try to act like it's just another message, but your heart has already felt it. Something shifted the instant your eyes touched these words. Take a deep breath now. That's it. A slower breath. Feel the air coming in, feel the air going out, as if for a few seconds you stopped carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because that is exactly what heaven saw in you. Someone who has been carrying too much weight for too long. And Archangel Michael says, "My beloved son, my beloved daughter, I have been watching. I have seen the things no one applauds. I have seen the nights you got through without telling anyone. I have seen you swallowing tears so as not to worry those you love. I have seen you smiling when, inside, everything wanted to crumble. I have seen your mind trying to find a way out, trying to find meaning, trying to find an answer. And the answer always seemed to slip a little further away, as if you were running after a door that never opened. But I tell you now, I am not far. I am not distracted, I am not absent. I am here. And I came because there is something that was forming around you, something hidden in the shadows of daily life, something trying to approach without making a sound, something trying to disturb your peace when you let your guard down, when you feel tired, when you think there's no way out. And Archangel Michael says, why do you think so many things try to drain you right now? Why do you think the confusion increased, the doubts grew, that small problems turned into storms in your mind? It wasn't random. It was a strategy of the enemy to pull you out of alignment, to pull you down, to make you give up on the threshold of your breakthrough. But you stopped here. You stayed. And that is already breaking something, that is already weakening something. Don't move. Don't scroll forward. Don't skip. Don't let your mind drift away. Stay with me, says Archangel Michael, because the protection around you is being built like an invisible wall, brick by brick, second by second. You may not see it, but you can feel it. A different kind of stillness, a firmness rising where before there was only tension, a small but real relief as if a part of your chest started to let go. And I ask you, can you perceive this subtle change? Because this is the divine touching what was wounded. This is heaven touching the place no one else touches. This is Archangel Michael approaching with wings of protection around your entire being, not to scare you, but to guard you. And he says, I saw you carrying burdens that were never yours. I saw you holding responsibilities that were placed on you unfairly. I saw you trying to be strong for everyone, and because of that, no one noticed how much you needed care. But I noticed. And now I am here to lift what weighs on you. I am here to cut chains you didn't even know existed. I am here to expose what was hidden and return clarity to your spirit. And pay attention. When heaven speaks, it is not to create panic. It is to create awareness. The warning is love. The direction is protection. Archangel Michael is not here to push you into fear. He is here to pull you into peace. But before this peace settles, there is a point you need to accept. There was a planned attack against you, not necessarily with shouting and scenes, but with exhaustion, with confusion, with discouragement, with thoughts trying to convince you that you don't deserve it, that it won't work out, that you will always lose, that you are too small. That is not your truth. That is an arrow launched to make you lower your head. And Archangel Michael says, the storm you feared is losing strength. What was set up is crumbling before it touches you. And your decision to stay here is not small. It is a spiritual choice. It is a silent yes to heaven. It is you saying, even without words, I will not surrender. I will not abandon my hope. I will not let go of God's hand. And for this reason, I need you to do something simple now, something that seems small, but in the spiritual realm becomes a declaration. Type the word protected in the comments, not as an automatic habit, but as a seal, as an I accept, as an announcement that you receive the shield being placed around you. And when you do this, feel the truth descending into you, as if it were a garment of light covering your soul, as if it were a peace settling in your bones. Because what comes next will touch exactly on the point you have been trying to hide, even from yourself. And Archangel Michael says, I know you have questions, I know you have doubts. I know there is a confusion hovering like a fog, and as much as you try to decide, as much as you try to choose a path, your mind feels heavy, your stomach tightens, anxiety visits at night, and you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I going where I should? Why does everything seem stuck? Why, when I try to move forward, does something pull me back? And here is a truth you might not want to hear but need to hear with love. There is someone close to you, or there was someone close to you who smiles on the outside but does not wish you well on the inside, not to destroy you with their own hands, but to weaken you, to confuse you, to make you doubt your worth, to put you in cycles of guilt and self-blame. And Archangel Michael says, I am exposing what was hidden. I am bringing to light what you felt but couldn't prove. You had gut feelings, you felt uncomfortable. You noticed small inconsistencies. You noticed strange energies after certain conversations. You felt the weight in your chest after being around certain people, and you thought, am I exaggerating? Is it all in my head? And Archangel Michael says, no, I am sharpening your discernment. I am opening your eyes. You will start to see people and situations for what they really are. And this will set you free, not because you will go around accusing people, but because you will stop handing your heart to hands that don't know how to care for it. You will stop explaining yourself to those who choose to misunderstand you. You will stop begging for validation from those who feel threatened by your light. And when you stop doing that, something in you will breathe. You will realize that a part of your pain came from insisting on places where God had already closed the door. And listen carefully. Closed doors are also protection. Sometimes what frustrates you today is what saves you tomorrow. And Archangel Michael says, stay here, don't leave now, because the next revelation is stronger than you imagine. There is a blessing being prepared, but before it manifests, I need to clear the path. I need to remove invisible obstacles. I need to break a specific chain, the chain of doubt that you learn to call realism. You learn to say, don't get your hopes up. Don't delude yourself. Don't trust, don't expect too much because you got tired of getting hurt. But that armor that protected you also trapped you. And now heaven wants to protect you in another way, not by hardening you, but by covering you. Not by closing you off, but by guiding you. And Archangel Michael says, the pain of your past did not intend to destroy you. It prepared you. Every tear watered seeds. Every disappointment made space. Every fall taught you something you will still use as a foundation. You are not broken. You are being built. You are not falling apart. You are being restructured for something greater. Do not despise the process. Do not curse the journey. You survived things that, if told, many wouldn't believe. You stood tall on days when your soul wanted to lie down and never get up again. And heaven saw, heaven recorded it. And now heaven is responding. And here begins the turnaround, says Archangel Michael, because I am releasing resources over your life. Yes, resources. Money that was blocked begins to unlock. Opportunities that were hidden will become visible. Paths that seemed closed will open. You have struggled with lack for long enough. You stretched the little you had. You worked miracles with crumbs. You held it all together. And there were days you felt humiliated for needing help. Days you felt small for not succeeding. Days you blamed yourself for not having done better. And Archangel Michael says, I am ending this season, not by human merit, but by divine mercy. Because God takes no pleasure in your suffering. He takes pleasure in your growth. And the growth coming now includes provision. It includes doors. It includes the right people. It includes ideas that connect. It includes returns you didn't even expect anymore. And it's not just money, it is also dignity. It is rest, it is breathing without fear of tomorrow. It is looking at the future without feeling a knot in your stomach. It is seeing that you were not forgotten. And Archangel Michael says, receive this with open hands and a grateful heart, because when you give thanks before you see, you demonstrate faith, and faith opens paths where logic only sees walls. And I tell you more, while you are here, a healing is being released over your body. That symptom that bothers you, that pain that persists, that condition no one explains properly, That fatigue you learn to hide, heaven is touching it. The great physician is releasing restoration cell by cell, and you might feel this in simple ways. A warmth appearing, a tingling, a lightness you didn't have, a tension releasing for no reason. Do not dismiss these signs. They are not theater. They are a touch. They are God reminding you, I also care for your body. I also care for your sleep. I also care for your breath. And if you accept this blessing, I want you to type in the comments. Healing received. Not as superstition, but as agreement, because your words, when aligned with heaven, have authority. They create a record. They establish a position. They say to your own spirit, I stop negotiating with pain. I stop accepting suffering as destiny. I receive what God has prepared. And Archangel Michael says, stay with me. Don't go away. I haven't finished yet. Because beyond finances and healing, there are relationships that will be adjusted. Some will be restored. Others will be definitively ended to protect you. And you need to understand this without guilt. Not everything that broke is meant to be fixed. Some people were a season. They passed through, taught, hurt, revealed, and left. This is not rejection. It is redirection. There are better connections coming. There are healthier friendships arriving. There are people who celebrate your existence without competing with it. There are people who see your value without needing to diminish you. And Archangel Michael says, I will not allow back into your life that which would destroy you again. I will not allow you to repeat cycles out of loneliness. I will not allow you to confuse missing someone with destiny. Trust the pruning. What is being removed makes room for what is being added. And now listen, because I am going to touch on something more intimate. There is a decision haunting you. A decision that makes you lose sleep. A decision that tightens your stomach. A decision you try to postpone because you are afraid of what comes next. And Archangel Michael says, I am bringing clarity. Before the end of this message, you will know what to do. The fog will lift. The path will become obvious. Not because you will hear a voice shouting, but because inside you a calm certainty will be born, a firmness that needs to prove nothing to anyone. Pay attention to what you feel while you read. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise. They are not random. They are guided. Heaven whispers from the inside. And Archangel Michael says, how many times did you ask for a sign? How many times did you beg for direction? Heaven heard every prayer. And now in this exact moment the answer is approaching. Just a few more moments of patience and everything will make sense. And do you know why the enemy tried to corner you? Because he thought the exhaustion of the last few weeks would break your spirit. He thought you would surrender. He thought you would give up believing, but he underestimated your strength. And more. He underestimated the God who stands behind you. You are not defeated. You are about to rise higher than ever. You survived battles no one saw. You smiled when you wanted to cry. You walked when you wanted to stop. And this did not go unnoticed. Heaven is about to reward you. Tears will be paid with joy. Losses will be restored double. Sleepless nights will be exchanged for rest that heals the soul. And here I want you to do something that seems simple, but is powerful. Place your hand over your heart right now. Feel it beating. This is proof of purpose. This is evidence that your story is not over. While there is breath, there is hope, and say, even if just internally, with conviction, I receive every blessing heaven has prepared for me. I release every burden that held me back. I enter my destiny with courage and faith. Feel the shift. Declarations have power. Your voice carries authority. When you align your words with heaven, things move. Doors unlock, opportunities approach, the right people appear, and Archangel Michael says, now we are getting close to the point where many are tempted to leave, because the mind tries to say, I get it already. But don't leave, because there is a specific moment when everything changes, and I will show you how to recognize it. Archangel Michael says, within the next few days you will receive a sign. It will come unexpectedly, but you will recognize it. It might be a number that repeats. It might be a word spoken by someone that touches exactly on what you were thinking. It might be a vivid dream. It might be a message arriving at the exact right time. When this happens, know this. Your blessing is no longer on the way. It has arrived. And I tell you, pay attention to the ordinary, because heaven speaks through the ordinary. A song that plays and seems to call you by name. A sentence in a book that jumps out. A friend who sends a text without knowing. A detail that insists on being noticed. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. It is God winking at you and saying, I am here, I am working, keep believing. And Archangel Michael continues, someone tried to curse what I blessed. Someone spoke negative words about you, about your family, about your future. Maybe words spoken in front of you, maybe words spoken behind your back, maybe even words launched in the form of silent envy. But I tell you, they have no power over you. I am breaking every curse sent your way. I am canceling every evil declaration. What was intended for evil, I turn for your good. You are protected. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No scheme will succeed. And this is not arrogance, it is coverage. It is a covenant. It is the blood of the Lamb. It is a promise. But for this protection to settle with strength, I need you to remain. Because the longer you stay, the stronger it becomes. Your patience is not a waste. It is building a fortress that the enemy cannot breach. And Archangel Michael says, I know about your secret prayer, the one you never spoke out loud, the one you only whispered in the depths of your heart. I heard it, and I want you to know, the answer is yes. Think about that prayer now. Think about that desire that seemed too big to ask for. Think about that dream you were almost ashamed to admit, even to God. Heaven knows every hidden place in you. Nothing is too much. Nothing is too small. The Father delights in giving good gifts to His children. Receive the yes. Stop expecting the worst. Stop preparing for disappointment. A new season begins where prayers are answered, sometimes before you even finish praying them. This is favor, this is alignment, this is heaven saying it is your turn. And why is it your turn? Because you didn't let your heart become corrupted even when wounded. Because you didn't lose your faith even when tired. Because you still try to do good, even when the world gave you reasons to harden. And that is rare, that is precious. And so I tell you, do not leave. We are close to the end, but the most powerful part is still ahead. What I am going to say now seals everything. Locks in the blessing, guarantees manifestation. But before that, I ask you for an act that multiplies what you have received. Leave a comment saying, I claim every blessing spoken over me today. You are not just typing a sentence, you are agreeing with heaven. You are creating a record, you are establishing a covenant. And if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, do it as someone making a commitment to consistency, because what you receive once can become daily nourishment when you position yourself. And now, says Archangel Michael, listen to the final message I keep for you. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, you have been through so much. You faced storms that should have destroyed you. You faced betrayals that should have left you bitter. You carried weights that should have crushed you. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing, even if sometimes in silence. This resilience didn't come only from you. It was my strength sustaining you. Every time you thought you couldn't take it, I held you. Every time you felt alone, I whispered courage into your spirit. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were always loved beyond measure. And now I am ready to reward your faithfulness. The season of struggle is ending. The season of abundance is beginning. Open your hands and receive what I am pouring out. Open your heart and accept the love that is coming. Open your eyes and see opportunities appearing around you. You are a child of God, and heaven is proud of who you are becoming. The world may not recognize it yet, but heaven recognizes it. And soon those who doubted will witness your elevation. Those who underestimated you will be surprised by your transformation. And it won't be for you to get revenge. It will be for you to understand that the hand of God was with you the entire time. And now I ask you with all tenderness and all authority, do you receive this word? Do you believe that everything released over you today is true and will manifest? Then write in the comments, I receive. Let your faith be recorded. Let your spirit be in agreement. And while you write, feel something aligning inside. Feel a weight fall off. Feel hope lighting up. Because you didn't find this message by accident. Amidst millions of things, your eyes landed here. Your heart was drawn. This is not a coincidence, it is a divine appointment. Archangel Michael guided you to this instant because you were ready to enter the next chapter. And now your job is simple but profound. Believe in what you received. Walk in the truth that was spoken. Act in alignment. Do not go back to doubt like someone returning to an old house. Do not return to fear like someone returning to a known prison. Stay in faith. Stay in expectation. Stay connected to the source that transforms. And remember to share this message with someone, because there is a person close to you who is on the verge of giving up and needs hope. Be the vessel, be the instrument, be the hug in the form of a word, and accept the invitation heaven makes to you now to walk with protection, guidance, wisdom, and favor. If your answer is yes, say, even if softly, I accept, I am ready, I am willing. I receive everything heaven has for me, and now go in peace, go in confidence. Go knowing that you are loved, protected, guided, and blessed beyond what you can imagine. Your breakthrough is not a distant dream. It is happening now. It is unfolding with every breath, manifesting with every step. You are not the same person who started reading. You have been strengthened. You have been repositioned. You have been aligned. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your season. Rise and shine, for your light has come and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Nothing can stop what heaven has started. Nothing can block what God has blessed. Nothing can diminish the fire that now burns in your spirit. Archangel Michael is with you now and always. Amen.